Laura here with Joyful Miles, a channel that is all about inspiring others to enjoy life 1 mile at a time. Well, right now I am wearing my rattiest underwear and my worst bra, so that could only mean one thing. I am packed and ready for the Wine Dine Half Marathon that is coming up this weekend. And Megan, you know what it also means for us? It's time for us to discuss the goals that we had set that we wanted to accomplish before Wine and Dine, and see if this little accountability quest worked for us. Because, you know, the threat of public humiliation did work for me. How'd it go for you?
Well, I always had it on my mind, so I think it went quite well. There were some things I chose to, as I say, put on my big girl panties and figure out what is making big girl decisions. So I had that in the back of my mind. I've done well on some and failed miserably on others, but at least I have a goal.
Yes. Now, I know for myself, I set some unrealistic goals. Were any of yours unrealistic or just too much of a stressor?
It was probably with all I had going on personally and travel and everything for work, it was probably unrealistic, but that's not outside the norm of anything I try to do. So, hey, well, at least we're consistent.
And you are away now on business.
Yes, I'm traveling now. I'm in San Francisco, and I am here right before I go to Wine and Dine. So I like to pack as much in as possible. Actually, it's a little unrealistic, but hey, that's how I roll.
Well, the fact that we're trying and we're putting ourselves out there says something. And I know that you got to get back to work, so we're going to keep this really, really timely. First, Megan and I are going to go over the goals that we made for Wine and Dine, and then we're going to roll into the goals we have set already for the Goofy Challenge in January. So I'll go ahead and get this show going here. My number one goal was to finish A Year of Happy Endings. It's a women's fiction novel. I did not finish it. Big fail on my part. I had to rework the plot, and I just procrastinated and I didn't apply myself. So, you know, here we go. Number two, catch up with my book idea journal. I didn't finish that one. But number three, plot my NaNoWriMo novel, which stands for National Novel Writing Month, which started today. I did get that done, so that was a biggie. Reboot Joyful Miles, number four. That was kind of like one of those bad goals where I didn't have like a really concrete list, because there's always something to do. And as soon as I got done one thing, I'd have to add something else. So I will be smarter. For now, I can't say I did it. Write 2 months worth of blog content for the 3 blogs I write for. I did do that. Yay. Number six,
Yay.
give my personal blog a makeover. Yes, I did that. Number seven, finish our beach house work. My husband and I purchased a fixer-upper at Ocean City, and yes, that one is done. Number eight was to decorate our downstairs. I have been injured in wearing a boot, and I did not think it was very smart to hobble around stores and go up and down on a ladder to hang pictures with a boot. So I did change that to giving my computer a major cleaning. I cleaned out documents, pictures. I balanced business checkbooks and personal checkbooks. And Megan, I finally got an external zip drive. It's been on my list for 3 years. I have old novels on my computer that if I ever lost, I would lie down on the floor and cry for like days. So this was a biggie for me. Check. And let me see, number 9, 30-day push-up challenge. Check. Number 10. Continue with my Goofy Challenge training. Like I said, I'm injured. I have a Freiburg infraction. So while I haven't been able to run, though, I have been making up my miles on the stationary bike, and I'm on my 5th week of Power 90, upper body only, and ab work. Number 11, I set out to do a 30-day miracle morning challenge, and if you have no idea what that is, I will put the link below. It's too much to explain now. Did not do that. I was on like day 12, and I decided that this goal was stressful and not helping me in any way, so out it went. Number 12, read 6 books. Yay. Did it. Number 13, 2 Monday movies with my dad. We made plans twice. Both times his plans fall through, so fail. Number 14, 6-week skin renewal plan. I don't know why I set goals like that, because if I missed a day, in my mind, I have to start over, you know, because when I say 6 weeks, it means 7 days, 6 weeks. So fail.
No.
I know. I need to be smarter when I make my goals. Number 15, catch up with the Gilmore Girls. I am on season 4. It's 7 seasons. That is a lot of shows. At least I'm at the point where it just is gone for now. So fail. And number 16, be packed and ready to go by October 30th for the Wine and Dine Half Marathon. And Yay, thumbs up. I did do that. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 goals completed out of 16. And like we said in our previous video, we are considering a win if we get 50%. So I'm a little above 50, so I'm feeling okay, although I didn't do the most important goal on my list, and that was to finish my novel. So let's do
But you
this. I got this.
But you've accomplished a lot. You've accomplished a lot. So if I go into what my goals were, and I think the first one was reducing my stress, which is a very lofty goal. But
That
as I
was.
said, I made some big girl decisions. So I think I've taken that down quite a notch, and it ebbs and flows depending on where I am, like traveling to San Francisco and then going to Orlando for Wine and Dine. So I'm going to give it a 1 thumb up, not a 2 thumbs up, but a 1 thumb up. So
I'm giving
I
you the
got
2 thumbs up.
Okay, all right. Getting more sleep, I've done that for the most part. This week, probably all bets are off, but we're done with those goals as of October 30th, so I can start again. Lose 5 pounds. As of today, I think I can say that's a yes. If you asked me like 2 weeks ago, probably not, but I think, that goes too. That ebbs and flows. I'm going to say that's a win. Establish better working hours. Yeah, we're still working on that. It's still a work in progress. Growing my Rodan and Fields business, I had lots of efforts, but those are some of the decisions I had to make in order to reduce my stress. I did have a new business launch piece of it for the new lash boost that's coming, so that will eventually work its way in. And limit the amount of time I've spent on social media. I actually am doing that. I've closed off. I've shut my phone off. I think that's a win. Definitely a win. Running. One would think that that's the most important one I should be doing, but I am such a social runner that if I have people who aren't running or ditch me, I'm not running the way I wanted to do. So I've had some major stress around this whole goofy challenge. That's what we'll talk about next. So I would say, I wouldn't say that that's a win, but I'm making progress. I did around 11 miles on Saturday by
Awesome.
myself. By myself. Strength train twice a week. That's a thumbs up. I've been doing that.
Great.
Stretching and rolling, hit or miss. So I'm going to say that's a fail. Declutter. That is the biggest win out of all of my goals. So I've decluttered my garage. I have cleaned my closet, and for the most part, it's stayed that way. So that goes to decreasing my
And
stress. And
viewers, I saw the before and after pictures. She deserves a double bonus point. I'm not knocking you, Megan, but wow, you did a tremendous. And you also put that stuff on the floor.
the
What is it? The
epoxy
epoxy. Yes, yes.
floor.
So that
Yes.
wasn't
So
on
I
your
made
list, too.
progress. It
Awesome.
was. So I moved that. Um, I've failed miserably in posting consistently on Joyful Miles, but hey, you know what? I have a goal now for moving forward. I have a lot of them in my head. It just seems to, not get down on paper. And if I achieve 50%, and I think I'm right there, but I didn't achieve it the way I wanted to achieve it, so I'm not going to reward myself yet. Maybe at Wine and Dine I will.
Yeah, we should.
All right, so for those of you who've now seen Laura's accomplishments, my accomplishments, and where we could stand a little bit of improvement, you can go back and get more information on what our original goals were. For more information, we'll put that link below. And so what we're going to do now, because it does actually help us to be accountable, and we are the accountable people, we are going to share with you some of our goals before Goofy. And so that is our next big race after Wine and Dine, which we're both approaching with some trepidation, shall we say.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. Yeah.
For my goals, up until Goofy, which gives me until the first weekend in January, or maybe the second weekend in January, giving
Actually,
myself an
we
extra
have
week.
9 weeks, counting by next week. We have 9 weeks for this.
So I had 9 weeks. 9 weeks, not very long when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. But my first goal coming up to Goofy is to have no injuries. And that's a goal that I'm going to try to do everything in my power. And so the sub goals underneath that is to be running twice a week, to get my long runs in, to be stretching, to be rolling. And if I can fit it in my schedule from a travel standpoint, I'm going to try to get those massages every 2 weeks, which I did last year for Goofy, or Dopey, which helped substantially. So that's just goal number 1. So that's one huge goal, and I rolled it into 1. Easier to keep track of. The second goal is another lofty goal, which is why I can only give myself 5, is mentally prepare. I went back and forth as to, did I even want to do this marathon? But see, I sign up for things, I'm accountable. And if people told me, you know what, I'm not doing it, I'd probably be okay with not doing it and getting it. But I've now mentally wrapped my head around it. So I need to go through and wrap my head around it to do it either socially or just run it and get it done with. I'm going to work on sleeping and continuing to reduce my stress. So after I get through the month of November, this will be difficult because I have a lot of work travel coming up with some personal things and personal travel. And the end of the year is always excessively crazy. So I'm going to try to do that while hitting all my work commitments, because that really should be my first priority. They pay me so I can go do these races. I'd like to be able to work out. My third goal is to work out while I'm on the road at least once, because usually what I do is I take my sneakers and I take my workout clothes and I take them across the country, and they stay nicely tucked inside my suitcase. So my goal is to at least do it once, and I've already done that this morning, so I can count that as counting for the month of November at least. I'm going to, my fourth goal, continue on my declutter mission. So I started to say last month I wanted to do a little bit of the basement, just a portion. This month, before Goofy, all of it. And the last goal, which I think is number 5, is to be easier on myself. And I know that's hard for everyone else to measure, but a lot of times we're our own worst critics, and that would be my case. And I think I should be that perfectionist and be able to do it. So I need to just be a little easier on myself. How about you, Laura?
Especially with the holidays coming up. I mean, I mentally beat myself up every single day. Come Christmas, when my boys come in from college and I finally get to spend some time with them, I really try to just shut down and just, just enjoy myself and my family. All right, so here we go. I have a long list for mine again. I'm very writing heavy this time because I'm going to be going for a week-long writing retreat at the beach. So I'm really looking forward to that. Number 1 goal is to win NaNoWriMo again, the National Novel Writing Month, where you write a 50,000 word novel in 1 month. Really excited about my project. And I have to finish A Year of Happy Endings on my list because I have got to get that novel done. Number 3, this is something that I tried to do last year, is I want to write 1,000 words a day, and that can be fiction, it can be a blog, it can be a writing exercise, it doesn't matter. What happens is after NaNoWriMo ends, all of a sudden we roll into the holidays and I go from writing to like nothing. And it's really hard to pick that momentum back up. So this is a way to keep my momentum going. Number 5, to pre-write all of my January and February blog content because it keeps me less stressed. Number 6 is to finish up on my Joyful Miles YouTube and blog work. Number 7, to get all of our business tax work done for my husband's construction company and rental property management and writing. Number 8 is to read 6 books. Number 9, do another round of the 30-day push-up challenge. Number 10, and I'm being optimistic as of now and saying that I am going to go ahead with the Goofy challenge despite my infraction. I don't know that I might have to pull the plug. And
it's a game day decision. You need to be ready to do. I'm rendering my own personal opinion. Is it's not worth it to injure yourself more.
No, it's not. It's not. And to be honest, if Run Disney did still offer their deferral, I would do it. I would do it. I'm going to see how it goes. Wine Dine. I might send them an email and see if they can do anything. But I'm just, no. Okay, number 11 on my list is to finally finish decorating our downstairs so we don't spend Christmas with bare walls. Number 12 is to continue watching the Gilmore Girls episode in time for the glorious revival on November 25th, which my husband and my college boys are so looking forward to.
I'm sure. I'm so
sure. Looking forward to. Number 14, this is a big one for me. I need to declutter both virtually and in my mind because I'm like constantly searching for that magic feather. I have like 15 productivity apps on my phone, all guaranteeing to increase my good habits and to get my life in order. And sometimes when you try so many different systems and so many different things, it does nothing but mentally stress you out even more. So,
I agree.
And number 14 is to be packed and ready by January 2nd with costumes done, assuming, of course, I can still go. So there you go. That is
Well, I need
our
to add
list.
one more, if that's okay, Laura.
Okay, you may add
Um,
away.
I think it's number 6, and really I should have had it on there before, is to actually get more consistent with, because I failed miserably, is getting my posts done early. And so once I get through some crazy, crazy months of November, I have a plan in my head. It's just putting the typing in the words. So
Yeah,
Laura's going to help me this weekend make sure I know what I'm doing
I
with all the
will.
app stuff, and then we'll be good to go.
So there you
Excellent.
go. That is it. Those are our goals that Megan and I will accomplish by Goofy. And when we say accomplish, 50% or higher is a win for us. What about you? Do you have any goals for the upcoming year or for your next race? If so, please put them in the comments below so we can cheer you on. We will also be writing a blog post that will go into a little bit more detail about this next round of goals that will be linked below. If you would like to subscribe to get more video updates, please do so or give this video a thumbs up. Also check out our social media, and if you are going to be at Wine and Dine, please look us up because we would love to meet some viewers. Until then, happy running and have a joyful day.
Bye.